It is an alpaca silk blend. The color is called velvet rose or crushed velvet rose, either velvet rose or crushed velvet rose. It's looking more orange on camera. In real life, this is just a beautiful picture, a rich deep red rose petal, like a velvety rose petal. That's how red it is, but on camera it looks quite orange. Anyways, I'm going to use a 4.5 millimeter hook. I just finished knitting my very first ever tank top. I'm new to the knitting world. I just taught myself how to knit last summer, and I don't do it very often, so I really only know how to do 2 stitches, which is a knit and a purl stitch. Just a minute. Here is the tank top. And it's the first one. I guess I know how to make 3 stitches because that's a twisted rib stitch. So I guess I can do 3. 3 fancy stitches all the way to the bottom. Very, very pretty. And this is what it looks like. I wish you could see how actually very dark, almost oxblood red this is in real life. Anyways, okay, that was me showing. You know what? I will leave a link to her YouTube channel. She does sell her own hand-dyed yarns, but she also has a YouTube channel where she does a lot of free patterns on there. And she does both crochet and knitting. She's called Expression Fiber Arts. Anywho, let's go ahead and work with this because I had it sitting next to me and I have so much of it left over, and it's so pretty and soft in the hands to work with. It's an actual pleasure to work with. Make a chain of 7 stitches and join round. First row, 5 chains, 8 double crochet under the chain. Which chain? Probably the 5 chains. Under the chain of 5 chains, I'm guessing. So this is also from her worsted line. She has this color in a thinner, I think DK. Yeah, I think she has this color also in DK. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Join round. Then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 8 treble under the chain. Maybe it's under the chain of 7. And treble again, meaning US double crochet. I will leave a couple of videos down below that explain Victorian era crochet stitch terms and just how to understand vintage and antique crochet in general, a better understanding of how to read the patterns. And of course, also under every video, I leave a link for this. This is in my Etsy shop, which is called New Again Crochet, and it's a stitch term hook thread yarn reference guide. And you can see right here in the Victorian British crochet names, if it says like ordinary treble, it's a double crochet in modern equivalent US terms. So if it says short or double crochet, it's a single crochet. If it says single crochet, it's a slip stitch. In this packet, you will find all kinds of information referencing back. There's some hook conversion chart and stuff, plus some free patterns so that you can test this packet out to prove that it actually works. Very cool. Very, very cool. Now, they did stop using the term single crochet around the 1850s, 1860s, and they just started calling it a slip stitch. So if you have a pattern that says single crochet from the 1850s, 1860s, it's a slip stitch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then it says turn, second row, 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hold this up so you can see what I'm reading. 4 chains, pass over 1 treble, again, that's going to be double crochet. So pass over 1 double into next, 1 chain, repeat from here 3 times more, then 4 chain, 8 double crochet under the 5 chain. So the 5 chain right here that we made earlier. Okay, so 4 chain, pass over 1 double, Okay, I don't know if they mean this double or this one. It says one double into the next. So I'm going to assume it's this one here and work a double crochet here. And then it is one chain, right? One chain. It says to do it 3 times more, so I suppose that tells me if I got in the right stitch or not. So 3 times more. This is 1, 2, and I'm guessing no. Unless I work here in the chain space, that would be 3. Do you think that's what they mean? Gee, I don't know. I'm going to assume yes. I'm going to assume yes, because if we're working out of this stitch, chain 1, skip 1, that has to be it. Okay. And then it says 4 chains and 8 double under the 5 chains. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Oh, that is so pretty. This yarn is pretty. Turn and repeat from second row. What? Wait, what? Turn and repeat from second row for length required. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, skip. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in here, I'm guessing. Then it was chain 4, 2, 3, 4, right? Chain 4, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got something happening here. Wonder what it would look like if I started with a stacked single plus chain 1. That would look even neater. And then 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 8 double crochet into the chain space. 1, 8. Hey, now that's pretty cool looking. What is it though? I mean, it looks like an edging, but what if it's one of those things that you wrap around your curtains? You know, like a curtain tie. This is a lot of instructions. For the edge, which is worked lengthwise. So then what is this? Well, maybe I'll make a couple more of these and then we'll play around with this edge, because I'm curious to see why. Fifth row, sixth row, seventh row, eighth row, ninth row on the edge. Like, I think the edge is going to be the main player of this game. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more of these off camera so we have a little more length, and then we'll play with that edge. So this is really addictive to work, by the way. I worked 9 of them. I was just gonna work like up to here, but this is a really fun pattern to make, just this bit by itself. Like, so much you can make with just this. You can make a belt, honestly, just a tie around belt. Yes, you can, in the size it is right now with this worsted weight yarn, you can make this a curtain tie just as is, just as is. Look how pretty that is. You can make this a headband, straps to a purse. Oh man, that would be cute. What a lovely alternate for straps to a purse instead of just plain stitches. Do this instead, because this is a very fun and addictive stitch to make. I love it. Let's move on to the business of the edge. Okay, first row. Do I have to cut? It doesn't say to cut or anything. First row, 1 single crochet into a point of heading. 6 chains, 1 single crochet into next point. Repeat to the end of the row. So point of heading, I'm going to guess, is this. So we start with 1 single crochet into a point of heading. So I think I'll just work it right here into the side of this stitch. And then 6 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a single crochet into the next point of heading. And I'm going to work right into the top of my stacked singles there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, into the top of my stacked single, which just looks like the top of a normal stitch. See, is that buckling? Not really. I'll do the next one just a little looser. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's a bit looser. So I'm afraid it might try to buckle. Yeah. I think it is, it's pulling on this side, so I need to start these just a little looser than I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should improve things. Yeah. It's no longer doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top of the next, and then top of the last. Like, this is this part right here, just that part right there. Oops. Really fun stitch to play with, and I think it's a very versatile little pattern. You can do so much with this, and look at how pretty that is. I'm very excited to have that in my arsenal now. So this is the one where I started off with a chain 4. And so in the 3rd chain up, I'll go ahead and work that single crochet. Okay. Second row, 1 double crochet into a stitch, 1 chain, pass over 1 stitch. Now I'm sure that means 1 chain. Pass over one of the chains and repeat. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with a stacked single just because it's just such a cleaner look. So 1 double crochet, and then 1 chain, So we're going to work some fillet stitches or some open crochet work here. So we're going to skip one chain, and into the next chain we work our stitch. Chain one, skip one chain, and work into the next. And I am not working into the top of the chain. I'm actually working underneath the back purl or the back bump and the top loop. So you see here's the front of the chain, and here is the back bump of the chain. I'm going to go under the back bump and the top loop to treat it like a stitch so that it has almost like a stitch on top. It's just a stronger way to work under your chains when you have to work into a chain. And did I even skip one? Doesn't look like I did. No, I did not. Okay, so skip one, and again, I'm going to go under those two right there. That way you don't get this messy business of, you know, that really misshaping the chain. Okay. I'm going to skip over the single crochet and into the first chain. Skip. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this all the way to the end. Okay, so that bit is done, and if you are following along with me, there were times when I had to skip over the single crochet, and one time here I worked right into it. This time I skipped it, and I ended with working right into the top of this single crochet on the end. So there we go. Okay, next row, one single crochet into each of 13 stitches, chain 5, pass over 5 stitches, one double crochet into each of 3 stitches, chain 5, pass over 5 stitches, repeat from the beginning of the row. Repeat from the beginning of the row. Am I working across this way? 13 stitches. What if I don't have 13 stitches because you didn't tell me how many inches it is to make? 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then skip 5, and then work 13. See, I'm just working a small sample size, so that could screw me up there. What do I do? They don't mean here. Okay, I'm just going to go for it and make the best of it. So 1, 2, 3, 12, and 13. Then it said to chain 5, skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and start working 13 single crochet again. 1, 9, 10, and 11 is what I can get. That's gonna mess things up. That'll mess things up. 11. I just need 2 more stitches. Do you think I can fake it since I don't have it to make? I think I can fake it. I think I can fake it just for the sake of the video. So I'll work, that's 1, 2, 3, so 2 into the same stitch, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8, 2 into that same stitch, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Just because I need to see how this is meant to look. So I added some stitches there, and you can see that I added stitches there and there. But at least whatever this is going to be, it'll be like a full pattern repeat. Okay, 3rd row is done. fourth row, 1 single crochet into each single crochet of last row. Then 4 chains, 1 double crochet into last of 5 chain. Okay, so into the last chain of the 5 chain, and each of the next 2 stitches into last of 5 chain, and to each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, let's just go from there. Let's just do that part. So 1 single crochet into each single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 11, 12, and 13. Let's see how that looks. You know what? You can't even tell. Nobody's gonna know, right? Like that little voiceover. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Okay. Then it says 4 chain and 1 double into last of 5 chain. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 double crochet into the last chain. Again, I'm going to go under the back purl or the back bump and the top leg. Right there. And then 1 into each of the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2. Okay. 3 chain, 1 treble into same, or 1 double crochet into same last double that was worked. Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then here, I'm way down at the bottom. I got my phone right here and I was just trying to see what I was doing. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about that. Okay. 1 double into same last treble was worked into, and 1 into each of the next 2 stitches. 4 chain, repeat from the beginning of the row. 1 into each of the next 2. 1, 2, 4 chain and repeat from beginning. So like as in 13 stitches, I don't have 13 stitches. I tried my best to make that work. Where do I work them? How many do I skip? 4 chain and 1 into each. So don't skip any, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I got 9 I was able to work into on this side. Okay, that's kind of a little bit of a mess. I mean, I had to skip 4 stitches. Was I supposed to skip 4 on this side too? Probably. Do you think? No, because it said repeat. It said chain 4 and repeat from the beginning. It didn't say to skip anything. I'm just going to keep working it and see if it doesn't work out, then I'll come back and fix it and skip. Okay, so what is row 5? 1 single crochet into second of 13. I don't have 13. How bad is that going to screw me up? Ugh. All right. 1 single crochet into the second of 13 single crochet and 1 into each of the 10 following stitches. 4 chain, 1 double into each of 3 next double. 1 chain, 3 double into center of 3 chain. Like that part seems simple. I feel so bad because I just didn't make this long enough. I guess I need to make it long enough. I'll be right back. I'm going to undo this top portion here and add a little more of these just so that we have a full-blown repeat. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a lot more of those little fans made, and this also, doing this, going back and redoing this, gave me a chance to do row 3 correctly. I did not do it correctly the first time. I looked at the pattern. There was a lot I didn't pay attention to, like I'm supposed to work double crochet, 3 double crochet in a row, and I'm supposed to chain 5, pass over 5. So I'm supposed to chain 5, pass over 5, 3 double crochet in a row, chain 5, pass over 5. I don't think I did that the first time. So now it is done correctly. So starting on this end, I have 13, 5, 3, 5, 13, 5, 3, 5, 13, 5, 3, 5, and I ended with like 7. So that side won't really matter that much. Okay, so moving on to row 4 with you, even though we already did it the first time, we'll do it again. So it's 1 single crochet into each single of the last row. And I'm just going to treat this end as if it's 13 or whatever. It don't matter. Okay. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there was 7. 6 and 7. And then it says to chain 4. I'm going to pay better attention this time. 1 double into the last of 5 chains. Okay, and each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. That leaves 1 stitch unworked. Okay, each of the next 2 stitches. 3 chain. And another double crochet into the same stitch. And 1 into each of the next 2. See, now visually, this is making so much more sense. Look at that. Doesn't that just make so much more sense now? I think it does. Okay. Then it says chain 4 and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to work 13 singles in a row. Ah, look at that. Now it makes sense. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, back to the next section here. So I'm going to word this to where it makes a little more sense verbally. So we're going to chain 4 and work 1 double crochet into the last chain. Work 1 double crochet into the first double. Then work a V-stitch into the center with a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. And work 1 double into the last double and 1 double into the first chain. There we go. Then chain 4 and start working 13 singles in a row. Look at that. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to finish this to the end. Okay, now we can move on to row 5. 1 single crochet in the second of 13 doubles. So they want me to just skip over. Am I supposed to be cutting at the end of every row? Okay. So I mean, I guess what I can do is slip stitch into this first stitch and then slip stitch into the second one and work 12 single crochet across, because that's what it's going to tell us to do. 1 into each of the following 10. No, so 11 across. Wait. 1 single crochet into the 13th, 1 into each of the 10. Okay, so just skip the last one as well. So skipping the first and last. Okay, that's going to be 10 and 11, skipping the last one and the first one. Then 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need to come up a little bit. And 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 double. 1, 2, 3, 1 chain, 3 double into the center of chain 3. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. I probably could have just see if I can get away with making life slightly easier on myself. Yeah, I think I can get away with doing this. I think it might be a little too spread out. Okay, be right back. I'm just going to do what they said. Okay, and then it's 3 double into center of chain 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. So the center one. 1, 2, and 3. Then 1 chain and 1 double into each of the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. 4 chains and repeat from the beginning of the row. So that's our repeat. 2, 3, 4. And single crochet. Nope, skip the first single and the last single. I wonder if I was supposed to do that on the edge though. Like it kind of makes no sense to do it on the edge, but I don't know. I'm questioning if I should keep the edges straight. I mean, obviously I think I need to keep the edges straight. I think the decreasing is more for the middle. Let's see if it's going to have us do that again. 6 row. Yeah, it is. Okay, I think I'm going to keep the edges straight and only decrease. I'll decrease here. Like I'll decrease 1 here, but I'm mostly going to decrease these sections here and keep the edges alone. Because that just kind of makes sense. I don't think I'm meant to decrease the edges. If I'm wrong, well, why would you listen to me? I'm just kidding. Okay, 2 more left. Skipping that stitch there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 over each of the 3. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, 3 into the center chain. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, 3 over the 3. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 4, skip the first and last stitch. So just working 11 single crochet across. Okay, that's what we're working with now. There we go. So I will be right back. Okay, there we go. Let's move on to row 6. 1 single crochet into the second and each of the 8 following. So now we're going to go from 11 to 9, then 3 chain, 1 double into each of the 3, 1 chain, repeat from here. Once more, 3 chain, 1 double into the same stitch of the last treble was worked into, and one into each of the next two. Okay, so we'll just take this one little step at a time all the way to the end here. So I'm going to go ahead and work the edge stitches. So I won't decrease here, but I will skip the last stitch here. Okay, that's the last stitch. Then it was chain 3 and 1 double into each of the next 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. 1 chain, repeat again. 1, 2, wait. Repeat from here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then it says chain 3 and 1 double into the same stitch. Oh, I think we're making an increase here. And then, and 1 into each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, I feel like I'm doing this all wrong. Am I? I'm skipping 1 whole double? Wait, I have to be doing something wrong here. Okay, starting from the beginning. 1 single into each of the following. Okay, so that part's correct. And then it was chain 3, 1 double into each of the 3 double. Got it. And then 1 chain, repeat from asterisk, 1 double into each of the 3. This is the middle. Did I miss? Am I supposed to be working row 5 and not 4? No. I meant to say not 6. Okay. Suddenly it's no longer making sense because it's like wanting me to work the V-stitch off to the side here, and it's not making any more sense. Okay. 1 treble into each of the next 3. 1 chain, repeat from each of the next 3. Wait, do I not skip? Is that why I'm getting messed up? One, 2, 3. Maybe I'm supposed to work into that chain? That don't make no sense, does it? Let's see. And then 3 chain and 1 treble here and 1 into each of the next 2. 1. See, it's not saying next 2 trebles, it's saying stitch. That makes more sense. Look at that. Here, so you can see easier. That makes more sense. It looks right. One chain and 1 double into each of the next 3. So we have to work the chain stitch. Yeah. It's like an increase. Okay. And then repeat from the beginning. So now I need to chain 3. Skip the first stitch and work 9 across. 2, 8, and 9. Chain 3. Work into the first 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. Work into the chain. 1, 2. And that makes sense because that's how we worked our increase down here. We worked into the chain. 1, 2, 3. So that makes a lot of sense. Chain 3 for the V-stitch. Now that's 1, 2, and then into the chain stitch makes 3. Chain 1 and work the last 3. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, skip the first and last single. Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to finish this down to the end, but that is how it should be looking now. Let's see if that helps. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. And I was just looking at row 7. And again, we're going to decrease. And we're basically going to work this row again, where we work the 3 right into the middle of that chain 3. So it says here, 3 chains, then 1 double into each of the next 3 double. 1 chain, repeat. Once more, 1 chain, 3 double into center of 3 chain. 1 chain, and then basically work your way back down and decrease your number of single crochet by eliminating the first and last single crochet again. So I pretty much have it down pat now how to work this one, and I think I know when it asks us to do this again, where it wants us to like work an increase, I now know just aim for those chain stitches. So here we go. Work my way across. I'm not going to bother counting. Gosh, this yarn sure is pretty. I'll say that much. Okay, and they want us to work a 3 chain. 1, 2, 3. So here we go. Get that out of your way. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and again 1, 2, 3, and then do we just chain 1? And yes, 1 chain. Okay, 1 chain, and then the center, the middle chain. 1, 2, and 3. 1 chain, and work my way back down. Chain 1. Hit these 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3, and decrease here by skipping the first and last single crochet again. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and work this all the way to the end. I split my yarn. Big shocker there, huh? Okay, that's how that one should be looking. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I have to move it aside so I can see. So let's see if that helps you see things any easier. A little bit of a dark yarn. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, all done with row 7, row 8. And we're going to decrease again and then chain 3, 1 double into each of the next 2, chain 2, repeat from here once more, then 2 double into the next stitch, 2 double into the next stitch, 1 into the next, chain 3. So let's just take it one step at a time. And I'm getting to a point where I can't really decrease anymore over here. So I'll decrease one more time, and then after that, I really don't think I can decrease anymore on this side, but we only have one more row after this, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this time it wants us to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 into each of the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1 into the next 3. Okay, then chain 2, 1, 2, and repeat here. So 1 into each of the next 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll be right back. Okay, my son came out, and so Merlin started barking. I knew I needed to pause. I kind of lost where I was. So it says here once more, then wait, I'm all lost. Okay. So chain 3, 1 into the next 3, chain 2, repeat. Okay. So now I am 2 double into the next. So now I know what that means. Work into the chain stitch. 1, 2, 2 into the next, 1 into the next. So the middle one, and we're going to work an increase. Yeah, into the same stitch. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and we work our V-stitch increase here. Then 2 stitches into the next. So 1 into the top of the double and 1 into the chain space. Then chain 2. I don't even have to read it, I just know, because this pattern's been pretty symmetrical this whole time. All right, just to make sure. To the same stitch, 2 into the next, then 2 chain, and 1 into each of the 3, repeat. Two chain, and 1 into each of the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then work 3 chains, and we eliminate 2 more single crochet over on this side. So skipping over the first and the last. 2, 3, 4, and 5 single crochet now, chain 3, and repeat all of this. So there's the repeat. See if this helps. There is the repeat, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's row 8. And then the last row, it says here one single crochet in each of 3 center stitches. Okay, so now we're going to reduce from 5 to 3. And 2 chain, 1 double into each of the next 3. Repeat from here 6 times more, working the center, 3 double. And okay, so we're going to end with working 3 double here in the middle. So I'm just going to work my way over on this one because, again, I'm only decreasing 1 stitch on the edges. there another page after that? No. Okay, I guess that's gonna be it then. I think it's an edging or a border. That's what I think it is. Or a, like, can you imagine this hanging off of your window like a valance? Oh my goodness, so pretty. I can also imagine it, make a very plain blanket, you know, like plain half double crochets or like link double crochets, just a plain blanket with no color changes, a really nice color like maybe a black, if you can have that, or a rich chocolatey brown, or even to be really contrasting or to be Christmassy, because I'm looking at red right now, you can go with like a hunter green and just make a really plain, boring blanket, because this is going to be the focal point of the blanket. Make this, like repeat the brackets we made down here, you know, the filet crochet, repeat that up here and then sew that onto your blanket. But just like make like a really boring, plain, one row repeat, very simple blanket in a very nice neutral color. And then this all around the border like this. Oh yeah. That's what I envision in my mind's eye. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2, right? Yes, chain 2. And 1, 2, 3, chain 2. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and right in the middle, 1. Is that a chain 2 though, or a chain 1? Are we missing some of this pattern? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, I'm missing a portion of this pattern. Okay, let's finish this row, and that'll give me a chance to take a little break, and I'll have Justin see if he can track down what book he got this out of and get me the rest of this pattern. There is more to this pattern. Okay, 1, 2. I can only assume it's a chain 2 at this point. Chain 2, 1, 2, and we'll be able to find out what year the book is from as well when he does that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And make 3 single crochet in the middle. 1, 2, and 3. I bet there's another row where we decrease this down to 1 stitch. I'm just willing to put money on it. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and finish this row to the end. And in the meantime, I'm going to have Justin take my computer and find us the rest of this pattern and a year. I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the story. Here's the rest of the pattern. It comes from the book called Dainty Work for Pleasure and Profit, and it's from 1905. When Justin said the book's from 1905, I said, uh-oh, better get me those stitch terms because this may not be a UK book, and it's not. These are US stitch terms, so I made the entire pattern in UK stitch terms, and I was meant to do it in US stitch terms. Here are the stitch terms, and they 100% square up with US. The description of the words, like the treble, same as double, except that the thread is thrown twice around the hook before inserting. So, oops. I'm going to continue to work it in I'm going to continue to work it in UK terms because I've already gone this far. I'm not going to undo it and do it all over again. Just imagine everything is longer. But since I am working with a worsted weight, I don't think it's that bad. And I would recommend, I mean, it's your opinion. I mean, not your opinion, but it's your choice. But if you are going to work this in a worsted thread and you want to put it on a blanket like I was talking about earlier, just go with UK terms. So just downsize all the stitches that they tell you. If it says double, work a single. If it says treble, work a double. But I'm going to hold on to these stitch terms because apparently I have a few other patterns from this book using these stitch terms. And he's going to write down 1905 on everything for me that is from this book that's in our pile. Okay, so here we go. This is the rest of it here into center of 3 chain. Then work 3 chain and repeat from the beginning. So I was meant to work 3 chains here, I think. It says 3 chain. Repeat from the beginning. Maybe it means 3 chain down here. Okay, then 10th and 11th rows. So I'm not going to decrease. I can't decrease on this side anymore for the sake of the video. I can't decrease on this side anymore. All right, so I'm already done with this. Hoping I have enough of this. I do have another ball. Let me go get it. Hang on. I have 2 more left. The reason these didn't get used, I had to buy more, is because with my tank top, the hand dye pattern on this and the color was very off from this. I don't know if you can tell, but there's less black in these two than there is in this one. And so I had to, because I almost had the tank top done before, but that's the price you pay with hand-dyed yarns, you know. So I likely didn't get same batch numbers. But I do have some more if that runs out. So we will finish this pattern, 100%. Okay, let me get these out of my way. They keep rolling toward me. All right, 10th row. And I'm not going to decrease anything on this side. So I'm just going to work the first 2 single crochet. And I'm also going to work 1 less chain on this side just to keep it from looking ugly. And it says here, tenth row, 1. Wait. It's starting off a lot more different than I thought it was gonna. I got a little comfortable with the routine we had going. So it says 1, I'm just gonna say double crochet. Yes, this is US stitch terms. Yes, I'm reading it wrong. So 1 double crochet into each of the 3 double. Repeat from, well, you didn't build me up to anything. It says here, chain 2, 2 double into next, 1 into next, chain 2, 1 into same. Okay, so an increase. So are we just... Other side of heading stripe work is work like the first 2. Oh, what I suggested before. So what are we doing with our single crochets then? Are we skipping them? Are we just going straight into chains? Maybe that's what we're doing. I don't know how many chains I need to start off with. It's not even remotely clear. Well, it's not saying, so I'm just gonna... I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna work at least a single crochet, and then just 1, 2, 3, and start working my stitches. I don't know what else to do. It has to be right. Okay, then chain 2, repeat twice more. 2, 3, get this out of your way, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 2 chains, 2 double in next double. So 2 double here, 1, 2, 1 into the next 2. What? Okay, 2 double into next double, 1 into the next 2 chains. Okay, I just simply looked at it wrong. 2 chains, 1 into the same. Okay. Okay, 2 into the next. 1, 2, 2 chain, 2 into each of the next 3, repeat from last twice more, then repeat from beginning of the row. I'm not exactly sure what to do with this area right here, so I'm just going to wing it. So chain 2. Okay, I'm going to work this down to the single crochets. I'm just going to keep the same pattern. I'll be right back. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do here is just chain 3. It has no instructions for what to do with this area. Unless, do we go over? I'm going to work a single crochet in the middle. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, what can you do? It doesn't really say what to do. It just says to work from the beginning of the row. Well, the beginning of the row starts right here with 3 double crochet, as you can see. So, maker's choice, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do all the way to the end. Work an increase here and a single crochet here all the way to the end. I'll be right back. Okay, worked my way to the end. Now for the last row, and it says to work 1, I'm going to work a single crochet under the first chain 1 space of scallop. 4 chain, 1 single crochet under the next. 2 chains, repeat from the beginning of the row. Oh, wait, no, there's 12 rows. 12th row, 6 6 single crochet. 6 single crochet under each chain 4 of last row. Okay. So first things first, I have to work my way back over to this. I have all these single crochets on the edge here. I have a feeling this is one of those videos where I'm going to regret looking at the comments. So many people are going to be so frustrated with me. I don't mean to laugh like I'm laughing at your frustration, but just I know what's coming. Okay. 1 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 single crochet. Then it says Oh, one double crochet, one single crochet under next 2 chains. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, yeah. I think it's just going to be chain 4 and work a single crochet in the chain space all the way across. So that's what I'm going to do. I will be right back, and we will finish this off with the last row. 12 rows. Wow. I'll be right back. Okay. Got all my chains worked in, and 6 double crochet or single crochet under each 4 chain. So here we go. I'm going to start with a single crochet on the edge here. And just jump right over and let's see. 4, 5, 6. I may want to actually work those in doubles. 1, 2. I'll do the next 2 in doubles and I'll decide then what I think looks better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, these next 2 groups of chains I'll do in doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, you'll use less yarn if you do it in singles. Okay, that's 5 and 6. What do we think? Singles or doubles? I think it's maker's choice. Got about that much yarn left. I'm going to work as many as possible so I don't have to tie on a new ball. And I'm going to work them in singles, but I mean, it was probably meant to be worked in US double crochet because I thought it was from the 1800s. I thought this book was from the 1800s. 1905, and absolutely in US terms. But I think, again, if you're going to work this with the worsted weight, because you see the size of it, I would absolutely downsize the stitches. Just use 1 stitch smaller than they ask for. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Doesn't have a point anymore. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to work these as many as I can until, I mean, I might have just enough. Who knows? That's what I'm working with right now. I might have just enough. I'll be right back. Okay, all done. I have this much yarn left. All right, let's see how this is looking. I think it looks really cool. I think it looks really, really cool. And I love the fact that it's from 1905. That's the Edwardian era. All right, let me pan the camera out a bit. Every time I pan my camera out, it gets a little bit of a dark halo around, but kind of spotlights in the middle. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness, and this color is absolutely delicious. All right. Now it's time to go and see what it's called. I think it's an edging or it's a border, but I'll be right back. And it's a trimming. Fern trimming. And here it is the way we're looking at it, like this, upside down. Fern Trimming, figure number 300 in that book. And I'm going to hold that pattern up for you so you can have it. Very, very pretty. I'm going to hold this up this way so you can take your screenshots. And this is the way you'll be working the pattern, so it's much easier to see it this way. And of course, I'll hold it this way too. And you can see, you just work this on this side, you know, the single crochet, chain 6, single crochet, chain 6, then come up and work your filet crochet across the top, and then you can sew this to anything you want. All right, let me hold this pattern up for you so you can have it. Okay. There we go. Just take your screenshots. And of course, pause the video if I pull away too fast. You can always pause the video and take your screenshots. I'll try to hold up toward the top because I know whenever you pause, the red bar comes up at the bottom. So let's see. Let's do this one again, up closer to the top so that that red bar doesn't cover any important words. Okay. Well, might be easier if I do this. And then finally, this with the name of the book, so you can try to look the book up if you want to. All right, that's the whole pattern, you guys. And I think this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. And if you don't want to put it on a blanket, hello, window valance, right? Get you some sheer cream colored. Because I'm looking at this beautiful red, I just constantly harken back to, you're going to make this in red just like I did. But if you got some gorgeous cream curtains, this could be your valance right across the top. This beautiful red velvet or red rose velvet. I don't know. I'm going to leave her channel, and from her channel, she leaves links to her shop. And so you can find her shop there if you're interested in any of her yarns. So, okay, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think. And of course, subscribe if you love this kind of stuff. Hit the like button if I entertained you, if I impressed you, even if I frustrated you. I think maybe I earned a like even for being as frustrated. It's an enormous accomplishment to be so frustrating. I think I earned a like. So many accomplishments in this video today. I love you guys lots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.